Welcome back to the Roadside Rescue YouTube channel. On this episode, we have to fix a F-150 fuel pump. So I'm going to head out and hit the road, and I've devised a special hose that I ordered that's going to help me empty out this fuel tank. I'll show you when we get there. Alright, here's the little thing I came up with to get the fuel. Dang it. It's not gonna work. One of my kids got a hold of it. It's supposed to have a Schrader valve attachment right there. Dagnabbit. Well, that was the idea. Well, I actually have a fuel pressure test kit with me, or should. And that probably actually has an attachment that'll work for this. I just had the nice kind that you could just snap right onto it, because this F-150 has a Schrader valve on the fuel rail, so I was just gonna drain the tank that way, since once we get it running, it'll stay running. Okay, this should work. Nope, not gonna work. Dang it, that's so frustrating. All right, because I really don't want to do it another way. I'm just gonna sabotage my cheap fuel tank. This video is sponsored by Vevor Drain Tool. This tool feels real heavy duty, so it feels like something of quality. If you're interested in purchasing a tool like this, definitely one I'd consider checking out. So this tool comes with a manganese steel spring, super durable. It's got a bunch of different tips that you can put on it to help you unclog your drains. There's two different cables that come with this tool. You obviously saw the big roll, and you have the small one here that inserts through the tool. It can store nice and easy like this, so you don't even have to worry about it. This tool has two different directions, that way you can get around tough corners or through tough blockages in your pipes. This tool also has a 400-watt motor, and it is, again, heavy-duty construction. This looks like it's some cast iron here. And check out this tool if you ever got a clog in your pipes. That way you save money. It'll be cheaper than calling a plumber, and you'll have the tool for the next time. If you're interested in this tool, check out the description and the pinned comment for a discount. Back to the video. And my new hose. That's a bummer. I'll leave enough on there to do something with later. And got this. Good enough. And oh, wrong side. No, that's the right side. Shouldn't leak. And that goes on there. Just put a zip tie on it so it doesn't come off. And I've got to get this fuel from these tanks into my truck, and then take these over there to that truck and do the tape that way. All right, so I'm just gonna put this on the fuel rail. Here, let's make sure that's tight. No pressure right now, and I don't expect that to really change when I turn the key on. I'm gonna have to spray some brake cleaner or something in there to get it to start. Let's do that again. I thought that button was going to work on this hose here. Apparently not. Which is good. Once it's running, that fuel pump works, so it's working to keep all that pressure up, and then we'll get that replaced. If you can see that, it's almost full, so we're going to go ahead and put this one in my truck, because we already talked to the customer about that. Since he's got about 12 gallons, this will hold 6 when you fill it up a little bit past that safe fill level. So I'll put 6 in my truck, drain the last 6 out of his. There may be a gallon or 2 left. I'm counting on that because I'm going to use the truck to actually back it up onto those ramps, and then we'll just return the 6 gallons to his truck when we're done. So part of the payment, I guess, is 6 gallons. I think that's it with this one. I just poured that other one in my truck, and this one should stay full until we're done and go back in this truck. All right, so that'll do it for here. Let's get that fuel out of there. And just put the lid on this for when we're done. And we'll go ahead and get this backed up onto those ramps. Get that tank dropped. I guess we're recording, so we're up on that. And filler necks. I got the 3 bolts off of it right here. That just has to get past its little. Let's see there. I think I can take this whole thing out actually. Let me just do that with the plastic doodad. I guess I forgot to record that. I just use this. You can see there 2 screwdrivers with gloves wrapped around them because I don't have any plastic pry tools with me right now. And that comes out like this. And these break easy on those Fords. Just these like plastic dowels basically. So these are common to replace when the fuel door gets loose. All right, I believe I've done everything I need to out here. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll underneath here and get this tank drop down or ready to drop down. Get the skirt off from underneath it and get the jacks under it, and then we'll loosen up those straps. All right, I believe I've done everything I need to out here. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll underneath here and get this tank drop down or ready to drop down. Get the skirt off from underneath it and get the jacks under it, and then we'll loosen up those straps. Nice. I've also got some axle stands, jack stands underneath the axle here. They're not on it, but they're like 1/2 inch underneath it. So if these plastic ramps fail, which they shouldn't, they hold like 3 tons or something, I don't remember. Then if they do, then we have a backup. Okay, should be pretty quick now. Actually really quick to drop the fuel tank on this. A lot of people like go through the bed on pickups. Definitely wouldn't do it on this one. You could do it without picking up the back end since it ran. It was super easy to do it. Even if it didn't run, I'd probably just jack it up anyways and support the axle in the back. Oh goodness, just out of reach there. It's more than that, 6 then. All right, I'll be back with some short ones. Got filler necks off. See it right there. Good look at it, and the tank's ready to come down then. Just got back from using a hammer to make myself some custom pliers, which now look like this, because we've got those hose clamped, those connectors that you have to pinch on both sides. Too hard to do it by finger, and I didn't have any In the past, I've always used hose gripping pliers because they're like rounded and have a tip that, I mean, they almost look like this, only a little bit better. But these should do the trick of grabbing the side of that hose to get it to come off. One on each side. There you go. Looks like a charm. And everything else is ready to come down, I guess. Okay, so here it does all the way down. It doesn't really have to come out any further than that. I mean, I could slide it out a little once I get this loose. That should be able to stay connected. I could just kind of turn it gently if I need to get some more leverage on that ring, holding it in there, and get it cleaned up and whatnot. But pretty much ready to go. Got a couple connectors on it. Gonna need some screwdrivers for that. Hoses to get them kinked or anything. Pretty long. That's about all I need then. That'll give me enough room to clean it up and work on it. And then we'll be going back together. Just gone ahead and... Alright, so here I've gone ahead and dropped that tank down. I'm going to get it cleaned up, get the old pump pulled out, and then I'm going to clean up a little bit the inside of the tank and put the new pump in. So you're just going to see that over the next couple of seconds in a time lapse here. Alright, yeah, it was probably like 10-15 minutes, not even 30, so I'll put that gas cap back on and we'll be done.